Good morning. My name is Tom. I come to you from the Rustic log cabin in Northern Maine. Welcome to my reloading room today. Well, if you've been following this series, we're going over reloading and, reloading for beginners and stuff like that. This is a series that's going to go on through the winter. I don't release these every week, but if you want to jump on board and just follow along how I tie in reloading with my hunting and fishing. And to me, it's all part of the self-reliant lifestyle that I have. This is no different than filling up your firewood in the woodshed or filling up a bullet casing. But I had a great comment come in last week, and I wanted to touch on this because I've always reloaded for hunting and my traveling and trips and stuff like that out into the bush. It's only been just recently, the last 3 years, that I started carrying concealed weapons and all of that because of the crazy times that we live in. So I have been a reloader for almost 40 years. Start out with a good cup of coffee if you want. But anyway, so today I want to talk about these reloads and self-defense. Because coffee still doesn't taste that great. I'm still sick, you can hear it in my voice, but I am feeling a little bit better. But anyways, the comment that came in was factory ammunition versus reloads for self-defense. And like I said, I never gave that too much thought until that comment. And that's why I want to share it with you. Michael is how he comes up on my comments, but Mike, you know who I'm talking about. You're the one that left a great comment, and I pinned it to the top of that video, which would have been last week's video. I'm building bullets for my wife's pistol, so that she could have some pistols and some bullets for her 380 Ruger. And I didn't quite finish, I'm building them so she can go to the range and all of that. But his point was that in self-defense, if you ever had to pull the trigger, you're better off to have factory ammunition versus reloads. And it's not because of dependability or anything like that. It's about lawsuits after you have to pull that trigger in self-defense. Now, being a hunter and a fisherman, not a lawyer, I never gave that any thought. But after he said that, I started putting a lot of thought into it. And he said, that way, if the family comes and sues you after you've had to pull a trigger in that situation, they're going after the manufacturer of the bullet and not necessarily you, the reloader. And I said, wow, and I do have some factory ammunition on hand. And that was my plan, but my plan was for her to always shoot factory ammunition as her self-defense weapon. But my reasoning was much closer to home than that. I have never had a reload fail. I mean, I've had some that like misfired, and that's a failure. But what I mean is, sometimes I work with very old product. Like I'll pick some primers up that might be 25 years old, and then I like to see if they still fire. 9 times out of 10 they do, so I got 2 or 3 times over the years I have had a primer that didn't fire from very old stock. So my thought process with that is I wouldn't be able to live with myself if my wife was in that situation where she needed to pull the trigger in self-defense and my bullet failed. So and it's always been that plan that she would use factory ammunition. But now that he's brought that point up, I wanted to share it with you guys in case you hadn't thought of that. I know I don't know it all, and I'm learning things just like you guys every day. But everything that I do in my life is self-reliant. I don't want to rely on any part of, and I'm not against the world. I just don't like to rely on it. I call it being caught with your pants down. Owning a rifle with no bullets is being caught with your pants down. So, as a reloader, I am never at a position where I am without ammunition. And I feel bad for anybody that is, because your gun is absolutely useless, or your rifle, your shotgun, your pistol. It does no good to buy a pistol brand new at the store and then not be able to buy ammunition for it. That's why I'm a reloader. That's why I call it part of the self-reliant lifestyle that I live. It's, like I said, no different than filling up the woodshed. It's no different than filling up a canning jar. If you can't go to the grocery store and get groceries, then you better have a plan B. And that means, for me, going to the canning supplies that I've canned up and popping the top off something like that. Or, like this coming winter, they're talking about home heating oil, fuel problems and stuff like that. Well, I heat with wood, I always have, but I also have a propane heater in the corner. So if we can't get propane, my plan B is to still be able to heat. Well, it's the same thing with these guns. If you can't buy bullets, you better have a plan B, which in my world is build bullets. So, to follow up on that last video, I do have 3 boxes of critical defense rounds for my wife's pistol, and that's what she will be carrying as a self-defense. Now, when it comes to the reloads, there's no sense in shooting this stuff at the range. I can build the same bullet, reload, same weight, same powder, same everything, and then she can practice with this at the range. And she can, I built her up 300 bullets right now. So she can go to the range and she can shoot that gun until she's tired of shooting it. And then she can save these 3 boxes for her critical self-defense if she ever gets in that position. But after that comment, now I also have some rounds for my 9mm, and I also have some factory rounds for my 44 Magnum. But these are 240 grain bullet. So if you got hit with that 240 grain hollow point bullet coming out of that 44 Magnum, there's only going to be one story. But anyways, I wanted to follow up on that because that was a great comment that he put out there. So, and I have been online, looking for cartridges and stuff like that. I have found, these were Hornady critical defense, and I have been finding that there are, like, this stuff is in stock right now. In stock and really not too crazy in price. Crazy in price compared to 3 years ago, but not crazy in price compared to other bullets that I am finding right now that are on the market, all ready to go, all ready to shoot. And it was the same way with these 44 Magnums. A lot more money than I used to spend, and I only put these on the shelf 3 years ago because ammunition was hard to come by. Powder was hard to come by, and also I was having trouble finding the actual bullet for reload. So I found these in a gun store up in Northern Maine, and I bought 3 boxes while I was there that day, and they've been on the shelf ever since as a backup round because I use the reloads in my 44 Magnum. Because I only carry the 44 Magnum out in the bush. So I'm really not too concerned with that. That's more for defense on anything that could come upon me if I needed it. And that's why I carry a 240 grain bullet to boot, and that's what I reload. But that was a really good point, Mike. So I really wanted to thank you guys. And anytime, I don't know it all. I don't claim to know it all. I learn every single day. I'm only going to be able to take you so far in this reloading room because I am a reloader hunter. So I combine the two. The knowledge that I have revolves around self-reliant reloading for my hunting purposes. So if you know information about self-defense and all of that when it comes to bullets and guns and everything else, share it. Share it in the comments. Because, like I said, I don't know it all. When Mike brought that up, I really pondered that for the entire day. Well, here we are, Well, the video came out yesterday. So here we are the next day. And I pondered his comment all day yesterday. Came out first thing in the morning with his comment or whatever it was. And boy, that really made sense to me. So, you know, if somebody's going to sue you, boy, maybe it'd be better if they were suing somebody besides you. But that brings me to this other thought too. And it doesn't bother me because I've never done it. I don't reload for other people. Never have. The only person right now that has my reloads will be my wife. Now, we go to the range and they shoot my reloads, but I don't reload bullets for other people. And now that I've heard that, and then the reason I haven't done it is, number one, because this is my hobby. I enjoy doing it for my rifle, so it takes my free time that I probably should be doing other things than keeping all my buddies and all that stuff filled with ammunition. Now, what I have done is said, hey, you want to learn how to reload? Come on over. I'll teach you. I've been doing that for 40 years. I will show you what I know, and then you can be right in the same boat as me and be building your own bullets. Now, I have done that. But here's something to think about. Now that I got that comment, what if you're reloading for your buddy and he shoots somebody? Whether it be deer hunting, happens here in this state. It doesn't happen often, but every once in a while, a civilian will get shot from a deer hunter. What happens if your buddy shoots a civilian while he's deer hunting, and he made the bullet? Man, that's something big to think about, isn't it? You could be on the hook because you supplied the bullet. I don't know how all that works, but after reading that comment, I said, holy smokes. That's just one more reason not to reload for somebody. Same thing with like my family members. They all have pistols now because of all the crap the country is in. But I just can't reload for 10 people. There's just too much in it, too much involved, and too much stock. Stock is hard to come by right now. So what stock I have, I'm pretty, you know, I hold on to it. The main thing right now to get your hands on is primers. I still have not found primers that are available. I'm fortunate. I have plenty of primers right now. But if I was to start reloading for a bunch of people, then I would run out of primers sooner than I would like. And that means when I'm done reloading, I have enough primers probably to last as much as I need. Still got a cough. But that's something else for you guys that are thinking about taking up this reloading from watching my videos, is you might want to think about that not reloading for your buddies. For, you know, there's a lot of reasons, but the main one I see right there was you could be on the hook and responsible for that bullet, just like Hornady would be responsible if they get sued by a family member. I don't see any reason why you couldn't be on the same hook for building the same bullet and giving it away to someone to use in a crime or anything like that. So just something to keep in mind. Like I said, that comment really opened up a whole can of worms that I thought was a pretty good idea to share with you guys. So thank you, Mike. This whole video has been because of you, Mike. And I will do the same thing with anyone else that's out there that will lead me down a road that I haven't thought about. That's a great comment, and that's why I pinned it to the top. So, I'm going to have one more sip of coffee with you guys. And I will see you in the next video.